Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another split because it's getting too long. Because I'm now doing daily vlogging video from me and Vincent the Bear from the shed. I say good morning. It might come out this afternoon because my upload speed on Sky is woefully slow, and it can take like 3 hours to upload one of these things. It's part of the reason why I split it into two. Because if I carried on doing it in one, and the video comes in at about an hour and something, it probably wouldn't. The Sunday Q&A would probably get uploaded by Tuesday. If I drive out in the car somewhere it's got 5G, it goes like that. But I can't be bothered. It's Sunday. I drive all my life. So anyway, we'll see. I really should ring Sky. Tell me, guys, once again, why is my upload speed so damn slow? I mean, the streaming, fantastic, and all that kind of stuff. Internet works. Go to upload a video, and it says you have like 2.5 hours remaining. Right, anyway, enough about me whinging about internet. I'll do an introduction now. Now, there's a few of you guys out there. Big Beardy Driver, he came back this week. Sorry, probably had a bit of problem with his feet. Sorry to hear that, mate. Hope you're feeling better. Also, Steve Bradley, Courier Vlog, is out there, and Gold Member's having a go. He's the Manc Courier. Now, guys, you guys out there, what I need you to do, and I'm not 100%, but I'll do my best, right? If you can send me a link to each of your channels or something, or I might just try and work it out myself, because I managed to do it the other day and get a link to Hayley's channel, but I couldn't get a link to Steve's channel, and I don't know why. It just kept going saying address not found. What I'll do is I'll do a video on other people out there that are also doing videos. I mean, Big Beardy's kind of a bit like me. He's a bit more explaining, a bit more advice, whereas Steve Bradley and Gold Member, the Manc Courier, they're a bit more day in the life. I'm more than happy to share. I'll give you some plugs because it's not all about me. I'm not McFly. It's not all about me. Missed me vocation in life there. No, I didn't. Yeah. And I'll see if I can do some plugs. I mean, people do say from time to time, why are you doing this? They said to me when I started on the exchange, why are you doing videos that are effectively encouraging people to come into your sector, which means more competition for you, which means you're going to drive the price down and get less jobs. The truth of the matter is, I like helping people, believe it or not, and there really is nothing in this for me. Well, there is with this bit, because now YouTube pay me. But I just believe I've kind of been a bit calmer in that respect. I kind of think if you throw it out there, it will come back to you. I mean, don't get me wrong, don't go to a temple with some beads and trust me, legs can chant on. But I just kind of think it's worked for me in my life so far. You sort of, yeah. So anyway, guys, give us some links. I'll try and do a video as soon as I can. I'm kind of back. I'm getting a backload, but I'll try and wait. Hopefully next week, just banging you. And then you guys out there that are watching this, that are interested in the exchange or what life is like on the exchange, there's a few other channels to take in. Bing bong. Right. So as it's getting long, we split it into two now. So we're going to try and cover the videos I did at the beginning of the week. The first one, can of worms here. Things shippers do that annoy us. A Gold Member who begins with okay. Shippers that don't leave feedback. It takes 10 seconds. Yeah, I mean, when I started, I said I did do a video actually on the best way to get feedback, and I've kind of counteracted that. I said in the video, just like everybody, just feedback. So yeah, it's brilliant straight away, brilliant. I'm not so sure about that now. We had a couple of them that didn't pay, and I'm a little bit. And once you've given them good feedback, you can't go back and give them bad feedback. So you might want to be a bit more discerning about that. But yeah, okay, reasonable point there. Gareth Vickers, yeah, this one's come up. I'm sure you guys have seen this, or some of you guys. Pays the same day for right price, which basically means we're going to kick you right where it hurts because you're desperate. If you're prepared to do it that day, it's like, well, rather than waiting 60 days and then ringing them up and they're going, we need another 30 days, we'll give you the cash on delivery, but it's got to be cheap. Yeah, I'd take that into account, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I'd say pays right day for the right price. I just give them the price I'm happy with. I don't pay today, tomorrow, next day. I'm not. I ain't getting much cheaper, Yeah, I ain't doing it for nothing. Godzilla's bit of an essay from Godzilla's, but a warranted essay. You may want to look it up on the notes. Turning up to a leaning pallet. Yeah, I've had that. I had that this week from an oversight from my regular mob. I've fallen in with a regular mob, but I'll do a video about it. It's really things have And fingers crossed, they want to book me when I get my truck one day a week. But again, I'm going off piste here. But that, you know, so what you do if you turn up with a leaning pallet, the best thing you can do is restack it, restrap it. You know, because you don't want to be getting that off on your tail lift and watching it go, and all the alcohol goes bang onto the floor, and you're like, oh God. Yeah, take 5 minutes, take it off. What also used to drive me mad on that one is when they stack the alcohol jobs, where they stack a pallet, and what they do is they stack like the light boxes on the bottom, and then on top they start pouring all the heavy ones, and as soon as they put the heavy ones, it just goes. Yeah, let's have a little bit of brain stacking our pallets here, guys. But that's not really a shipper problem. That's more of a sort of a hub problem. That's more of like a customer problem, to be honest with you. But yeah, and yeah, also to take back, and oversized pallets. This is another one that drives me mad. Not really a shipper problem, but where you go in there and you're booked to take like 4 pallets, and you turn up there, pallets 2 meters wide, and they stack the boxes, and they stack that far over the edge of the box. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's brilliant. It's not going to go on now. See, my bed is like 2 meters across. You're that far over. Now, when I stack them two next to each other, that's 2 meters 10, 2 meters 20. It won't fit. So, don't you know, if you stack a pallet, stack it inside the pallet. Actually, someone asked me a question. They said, I've read it on my miscellaneous, but I'll come back tomorrow. Can you get 6 pallets in your Luton? I'll come back to it tomorrow. Yes, you can, if you've got a decent fork truck driver. But we'll come back to that. Paul Davies, backloads, and also Peter O'Neill. Backloads that are advertised as hot shots. Peter O'Neill says, why does CX even let them? The truth of the matter is, the CX is just a platform. It can't police every single job that goes on there. And some people, it frustrates me. Sometimes it's to do with the system, that if you put a job on that you put on before, it comes up as the same as it was before. Like I found out today. I'll do a video about this next week as well, for Random, about where it says, you know, must be a curtain side. But we'll come back to, we'll do that, we'll do a video next week as well, I hope. So it's not to do. Yeah, but no, yes, it's just frustrating. Just if it turns around and says backload, it might just be the fact that it's already set up on a system. Chances are backload just means we want it cheap, and bear in mind they're getting it cheap anyway, guys. You know, if it says backload, there's a firm, you know, out there, they constantly post backloads, but it can be picked up any time between Tuesday and Thursday, needs to be delivered to Scotland by Monday. That's a backload. When it says backload, pick up in the next hour, get there as soon as possible, that is not a backload. Quote them the real price. Oh, we're looking for it cheap. Well, good luck getting it cheap. If you can find someone who's daft enough to do it, well done you. Paul Wilkins put me straight. 0845 numbers are free from mobiles. Yeah. So okay. So I don't have to be scared anymore then. That's good. Thanks very much. Also, when you have a job and they don't send it, when they turn around and they go, right, we'll book you for that, and then you wait for it to come through. He said he had one the other day. It was a decent job. Had it booked for the morning. Kept waiting for it to come through. And then it didn't. He said other jobs were pinging up for the morning, which he said I didn't take because I had one booked. Then in the end I ended up without a job for the morning. He put the kibosh on me. I think you're within your rights, mate, that if they don't send a job through within the first half an hour, ring them and go, that job still hasn't come through, everything all right, just making sure, that kind of thing. And if they go, oh yeah, the customer cancelled, oh yeah, we don't, we'll go, well, hold on, you told me you had it, I've missed other jobs. So, you know, if you're telling me you aren't sending it through, have a scream up with him, so I want a cancellation fee. But chances are they probably won't. But yeah, that's very bad form. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with that one. Concepts happen to me often. I've had jobs that haven't come through, and I've rung them up and gone, that job, you said, you know, it's not there. He said, yeah, I just haven't had a chance to put it on the system yet. And then an hour later, bing, it appears. So you I think you've been unlucky with that one, but there you go. Mark Everson said, again, regarding the 0845 numbers, if any of them have got like paid numbers, there's an app called WEQ for you, and it solves the problem. And he did go into some kind of depth, but you know me and computers, you know, computery things. But he says, apparently you can even ring them and it'll ring them back or something like that. So guys, if you want to have a look at that WEQ for you, thanks for the heads up there, Mark. Bob Keane, when they forget to mention the handball, also Shub Carmen Singh, he says he would like a video on this. Yeah, I don't know if it wants a video, mate, but yeah, I had one this week. Again, I've been doing a lot of work, I say, at this firm around the corner, but you know, you still want to get one at the end of the day to cover your diesel. And it was only, I was picking up in Hayes, and I had to go to Wood Green, and it was extra long wheelbase. It's another winch coming up on this one, actually. So I've got round there, and it was 78 boxes. Yeah, he didn't mention the 78 boxes, did you, guys? And then it said extra long wheelbase. These 78 boxes, like this, they were like you could have built the pyramids with them. They weren't heavy, but they were that size. Filled the Luton. Absolutely, floor to ceiling. I probably had a little bit around the back row. And I'm like, so you forgot to mention the handball, and you forgot to mention the fact that the boxes were huge. And you forgot to mention the fact they wouldn't go into an extra long wheelbase. But in their defence, when I put the job through, and they didn't ring, they just sent it straight through. We did one about that recently, didn't we? How irritating that is. Bang, straight through. But on the flip side of things, it was 50 quid and it went 18 miles. I kind of forgot the fact that London grids up a bit, but it wasn't too bad. The job probably took me a couple of hours. So I could have kicked him for the handball, but you think, well, still works out at 25 quid now, which is kind of Luton rates. I've got a bit of exercise. Gyms are shut. Not that I ever join one anyway, as I'm sure you can all tell. And I thought at the end of the day, it wasn't that bad job. You know, I'm happy with that. And he wound me up in Wood Green. I was kind of coming round the 25, so Wood Green at home's a little bit shorter. I'd say sometimes you can, I think sometimes you got the needle, you're within your rights to ring them up and go, look, come on guys, let's be fair. But with that one, I thought, I've had worse. Other things, Bob Keane, a £7.50 an hour waiting time, because that's what we pay our drivers. Do you? In that case, you're paying your drivers less than minimum wage. I've got a sneaking suspicion that's illegal. But yeah, that's another one that drives me mad. It's like that. Right, job pays £20. Oh, there was another one. Who said that for the right? Yeah, for the right price. Yeah, Gareth Vickers earlier on. Yeah, you know, where they turn around and say job pays 25 quid, and you think, I'm going to be on that job for like 2.5 hours. So that works out at £10 an hour, less my van. You know, I've got to pay for van, I've got to pay rental, I've got to pay insurance, I've got to pay me CX, I've got to pay wear and tear spares. That works out at less than £8 an hour. The truth is, guys, don't do them. If the job says pays £25, go, does it? Well, in that case, the job ain't going to get done. In which case, you've either got to go back to your customer and say, it's about time you started paying the right money to get your stuff shifted, or cut your profit margins or something like that. Because as long as there are people out there that are daft enough to do the jobs for the cheap price, they'll keep taking the cheap prices. It's a business. It's a free market system. And at the end of the day, if a shipper gets somebody with decent feedback in the right location for the right money, they're going to take it. And you can't blame them for that. But as far as we're concerned, there are plenty, as Dave, my mate Dave the Chris always used to say, there's plenty of work for those who prepare to work for nothing. Let someone else do it. Having a rant today, ain't I? Lee Westcott, he said that, yeah, about the shippers at North, because I did say, yeah, you try being the other side of the desk. It's interesting, this, actually. He says the shipper, the office crew and the road crew never agree. Now, when I was a market trader, and I've said this before, everybody used to work in the office, in the local council office, never worked down the market in all their life. And they'd come up with all these fantastic ideas of what we should do and what they were going to do to revitalise the markets. They'd never worked on a market. They didn't have a clue. I think it would be interesting for everybody to maybe spend a week as a shipper, behind the desk, getting the phone calls, where's your driver, where's our stuff, he's supposed to be here, all that kind of stuff, or you sent this van in, it's not the right side. And also for every shipper to spend a week in the van. Probably more the other way round, to go, oh right, well I never realised that when you got here they were this difficult. So that would be interesting, wouldn't it? See the other side of the velvet curtain. Right, that's it for shippers that annoy us. Right, watch your weights. Yeah, there's something I'm particularly heavy about at the moment. That doesn't work. Ben Jet says, we've had a conversation, because I said if you stick a pallet on your van at 650, 700 kilos, you know, cross strap it across, you know, he said those will be all over you. He said, I bet you, if you fill your van full of diesel and put it on a weighbridge, you're looking at 850 kilos max. Mate, I bet you're probably right. Truth of the matter is, I don't tend to run that heavy anyway, and I'm particularly hot on not running that heavy anyway, because I'm still waiting for my operator's licence, which hopefully will come through soon. Partly probably down to A, the lockdown, and B, down to pilot error of me uploading the wrong information. But the truth of the matter is, yes, some of these vans are woeful in the amount that they can carry, which is part of the reason why I'm jumping into a 7.5 tonne. And part of the reason why, after jumping into a 7.5 tonne, which can carry about 2.8 tonne, I'm going to go, this ain't enough either. And I'll probably have to do a class 2 and maybe get a 12 tonne. Think about one of them, same size, So you can get into places easier. You can get into places that Arctics and 18 tons can't get into, but at the same time you can take the job. And that might be the way forward. That might be our niche. You know, there's a lot of big firms out there running big motors, and there's a lot of firms out there running little vans. There's not that many in the middle. Just giving a secret away there, aren't I? I don't know. It might be. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so you're probably right, mate. Who knows? But like I say, hopefully soon it won't be an issue for me. Bob Keane. Right, now this is, yeah, because we could get a few responses, which was good, this. He said he's looked into this. He said the responsibility, and that's what Tony told me when I started, is with the operator to make sure that the employee is safe. A court would sympathise, or should sympathise, with a subby. So the argument is, if you go in there and you put a load on and it says on the paperwork, or you know, the load is heavy, and then you get a tug, you can go, well, look, I'm working for a cut firm. They went in there, they put this on me. I didn't know it was heavy. You did, and like, who is it? It says further on down here. He says, B. Carroll says, it's hard to tell the weights. He said, I went into a firm the other day, 3 Euro pallets, not even big pallets. Said, I got them on, strapped them down, springs were happy, the paperwork came through, 750 kilos. He said, I'd never have thunk it. You know? Yeah, so I think as a driver, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know a lot of things. What would happen? I know that Martin's been done 3 times for overloading, and I know Dave the Chris says he's been twice for overloading. It's not fun. But these were market trader days, and that's your gear. You know, you have the stuff on. It's kind of your responsibility. When you're going in as a driver and they're putting stuff on, how much of it is your responsibility? And like someone turned around to me when I was on the CPC training, and I said, how are you supposed to know? What you're supposed to know where the weighbridge is? You pull out the... What you can do legally is you can pull off the firm and you can drive to the nearest weighbridge. You can get the van weighed, and if it's too heavy, you can drive straight back and go, right, get that off. You're allowed to do that. You're legally allowed to do that. I believe. But then who knows where the weighbridge is? So I think, again, with a lot of it, it comes down to common sense. If it goes on there, and I mean, it's different for you guys that don't use the pallet trucks. When you pull that pallet truck, you know if it glides in, or if you go trying to get it over the lip on the back like that, it's going to give you a big flag up indicator that that's one heavy pallet. And if there's 4 or 5 of them, go nope. When they load it on directly, look at your springs, feel like the van the way handles, and if you're in any doubt, go, mate, can we ever? Some Ford trucks have got like scales on them. So when the forks go up, it will tell you. The new firm I'm with, they can tell exactly what they're putting on me. Because as soon as the pallet lifts, which is brilliant, it's actually got its weight. So you know the score. Yeah, it's a bit of a minefield. Like a lot of things, a bit of a minefield. I haven't got a conclusive answer to it. Although, Donny Dalton, who I did you earlier, mate, I hope that was okay. He said, Grace will send through a template to take the shipper to county court. So I think what he's saying there is, if you go in and you get overloaded, and you get done for it, then you can turn around and go, right, this wasn't actually down to me. I was sent in to get this stuff. I can take the shipper to county court. I think the best thing is, if you're in doubt, don't take it. Because you don't want the yeah, you could take the shipper to county court, but you've got a load of aggravation, you've got a load of grief, you've got the thing about being overloaded, you've got it all hanging over you. Much better to just go, do you know what, I'm going to ring the shipper and go, this is too heavy. I'm going to have to cancel this. Swallow it and move on to the next one. But yes, a big issue out there. What the answer will eventually be, and what will probably happen one day, is they'll put scales in vans. And then the second is, then what they'll do is they'll link it up to the engine. So if you're in a van that carries 3 ton and they put they put the load on, it weighs 3.6 ton, you got to turn the key, it won't start. It's right, no mate, you're going to have to take another 100, you have to take 100 kilos off this, or I ain't going nowhere. That would be the solution, wouldn't it, really? But that's the future. Pitfalls are small removals. Yes, I'm not really a removal guy. I did try it for a little while. I used to get absolutely terrified I was going to drop someone's TV and it was making me ill, so I stopped doing it. But my mate Martin's still out there doing it. So if you need a local removal in the Bedfordshire area, I know a guy. Dave the Crisps. He said the word just springs to mind. Yeah, I did a video on this. Can you just? Oh, can you just get the stuff out? Can you just go round the corner to the garage where I've got a load of other stuff stored? Oh, can you just drop this off at my mother's on the way there? Yeah, All right. David Johnson says, oh, he's had one. He said he had one the other day. He had a key exchange. It was 2 hours. He said that wasn't too bad. We got some chips in, we waited. I mean, that does happen. When you're on a small removal, you want to know about the key exchange. I had one once where we got it loaded, raving early in the morning. It was loaded by 10:30, got there at 7, got to the new home, had to wait till 3 o'clock before they let us in. Like, brilliant. I'd done it for a mate when I was doing the markets. Nice guy. But, you know, this is something you may well come across. And then we'll come down to, you know, should you charge a day rate or should you charge an hourly rate? And then he had another one, job was delayed by 2 weeks. He said, fortunately, they were good customers. We managed to fit some other jobs in. It didn't work out too badly. Godzilla's, once again, an essay. If you get a chance, read it all. It's quite amusing. Turning up when nothing is packed. Oh, mate, I had that once. I turned up once and I was moving from a flat in Hackney to another flat in Hackney. The job was 2 miles. The only problem was, in the 2 miles, one of them was 15 stories up in the air and the other one was 17 stories up in the air. So it's 2 miles for that to go down into the van. So that just meant multiple trips in the lift and then back to the new firm and then more multiple trips in the lift. Got in there and paid anything. You know, like he said, one of them, beds made, ready to be slept in. No, guys, paint the beds. You know, there was the frying pan was on the side. It obviously just made breakfast. So then you're like, we've got to start getting. They're all apologetic. Like, we've got to start getting stuff in the boxes. Really shouldn't be like this. But this is kind of what you get when you do small removals, man and van type thing. You know, boxes full of junk. You know, under the stairs, great big box full of junk, weighs 100 kilos. Or another, you know, boxes full, you know, a chest full of books or CDs. Just put that on. Yeah, I'll tell you what I do. What is it? I was going to show me sadness here. Wingardium Leviosa. I've just used my magic wand to lift it into the back of the van because we haven't actually got, like, you know, a naval corps of troops. So that box is so heavy. It's like, you know, take some out. If you can't lift it, we can't lift it. You know. Mine also see the one where you turn up and they've got the wardrobe. And you spend, you know, I'm sure we brought it up the stairs made. And you spend 2 hours trying to get it through the door. And they go, well, maybe we did buy it as a flat pack and make it in the bedroom. But he will give you some answers. He's great. He's a professional. He'll give you some answers on what you do get around that. Another God said, plenty of people to help at the other end. Yeah, all right, absolutely. Well, plenty of people to help. So you turn up there. Because everyone goes, oh, yeah, we'll give you able to move. Yeah, no problems. We'll help you to move. And then, like, we're moving up. Oh, yeah? Oh, damn. Tomorrow? Oh, no, tomorrow. See, I've got to fold my clothes and rewind my videotapes. I'm just not busy, you know. That's kind of the way it works. But and then, of course, you turn up. There are plenty of people at the other end, but they're all beard up. You know, so they're all standing around the barbecue in the back garden, having a smoke and a drink while you're lugging the cooker through the front door. Give them the case of beer when the job's done. It's an incentive to get your boxes in your house. And the animals. And someone did make a point as well. You need a license to carry animals. You can't just stick a cat or a dog in the people carrier, in the back of the van. Tell them to take it in their own car. They've got an animal, goldfish, in bags. Put them in your car. I can't take those. There was another thing you said about removal of the insurance. When we come to that, yeah, I think we'll come to that at the end. Right, a few tips from Martin, the professional. Luton man and van, give me a shout if you need a removal. He's a good guy. Never believe a customer. Always visit the house, because you know you can guarantee they've completely forgotten. He called me in on one. He put 2 vans in. The guy had completely forgotten about the 3 sheds that when he went to visit him that were round the back. Like, I think we're going to need another motor for these, mate. You might want to mention this when I turned up, like, you know. Make sure you have blankets. And guys, really, even if you're running on the exchange, have straps, have blankets. Sack barrier is a useful thing to have. I've done a video on kit before. Covers for the TV, the things that make your life easier. Get a cover for that TV. They're expensive, them things. Cover for the mattress. Makes moving mattresses a pain because they all go like wobbly. They're not heavy, they're just difficult to transport. Cover for the mattress, cover for the sofa. Once again, makes moving sofas easy. Maybe, you know, and have tools. You may have to take a door off. You may have to take the legs off the sofa to get it through. It will make your life an awful lot easier. Wardrobe boxes. Have wardrobe boxes, and then you can just go plonk that thing and the wardrobe's ready to go. But then he is the man for this, and I am not. A couple of other things that were pinged up by Gareth Vickers, Tivioso Cornwall, and mainly Darren Chili Watson. He said hire and reward insurance doesn't cover you for furniture shifting. You need a separate insurance for £400. Tivioso Cornwall is because he's kind of teetering between the two. and he doesn't know whether he's going to go down the small van and removals or the courier exchange thing, and so he didn't know which one to do. What I would recommend for you in that case, mate, is pick one. I would say probably go with the courier thing if you can, because it's easier. Moving people's gear up and downstairs is a killer. See how you go, and if you find you're getting a lot of removal jobs, or people asking for removal jobs, then maybe go down and getting the insurance extra. Or if you find that you're actually doing a lot of more, I don't know. You say you might. I don't know. Maybe test the market. Yeah, that's what I would do. If you want to, you test the market. I would say do the courier thing, and then if you put the you start getting shouts up for removal jobs, then maybe get the insurance in a hurry, or take a chance. Try and do the jobs, just man and van, and hope that nothing goes wrong. And then if you find you're doing a lot of them, then you think, well, I better get the insurance. But then if something goes wrong, it's on your head, mate. It's a tricky one. I can't really advise you on that one. But that is the end of today's Q&A. I will now, me and Vince the Shed Bear, well, I'm going to do tomorrow's now, and then I'll get them uploaded and get them edited. And you know what to do. Take care, take money.